Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sage 2025 Showcase, where this time we're looking at a game called Milenay. I'm still trying to decide how to phonetically spell this game, but this is a Game Boy Color game, which has two versions. One is a true Game Boy Color ROM you can play on an emulator or on actual hardware, and also this version here that is released on a normal EXE for PC, which has higher quality music. So it's kind of interesting. There's actually two different soundtracks for this game, depending on how you play it. But it is, nonetheless, a Game Boy Color game through and through. So this is kind of interesting. Kind of odd vibes. I thought it was a cool touch. As far as I know, it's just a 2D platformer, but beyond that, I'm not really sure. Clearly, it has a focus on its music, so I'm curious to listen to it and see how it uses it. So before we begin, of course, if you like the video, do think about giving a like, maybe subscribing if you feel like doing that and helping us out with that. And if you want to come over to Twitch and hang out with us live, you can, of course, consider doing that at our Twitch link. And if you want to lurk or talk, think about coming by. Either or is a good option. Twitch is being weird with what counts as a viewer, though, and lurkers are getting a little bit shafted. So if you want to come by and drop a little message, even if you want to lurk, that does help out, just to make sure you count for watching this stream. But also, we have a pretty cool Discord server as well. If you want to check that place out, you don't have to do anything fancy to count there. We have a Ko-fi link if you want to help us directly monetize the content, and I very much appreciate it if you might consider it. We also have a merch store if you want to buy some stuff over there. Links are in the description, and you can check them out anytime. We also have here Chrisovs, Fair,
Duke,
and Cripson. I swear, I just heard the audio. I thought I heard a little audio glitch. That was kind of weird. I guess the game did a little audio glitch. That's fine. I don't know if anybody else heard that. It was just a little crackly for a second. Or it could have been my headphones, admittedly. My headphones are kind of old. But so how do we say this game's name? Milenay? Milenay?
I think so.
Milenay sounds fine.
Milenay sounds probably the best. Milenay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
A small 2D platformer developed in Game Boy Studio for the Game Boy Color. So yeah, it was straight up made in Game Boy Studio. That's the thing that a lot of people are using to make Game Boy games these days. Featured external music with CD quality and chiptune style. The executable version includes a built-in emulator with additional music. So I believe what we're using right now is an EXE file, but I believe, as it says, built-in emulator. So I think we're still technically playing a Game Boy Color game, even though I'm playing it on the EXE. The EXE is emulating a Game Boy Color game, and just overlaying it with higher quality music, I guess. That's what the EXE is doing. So that's kind of interesting. So basically, we are effectively playing a Game Boy Color emulator with a music enhancement feature. So that's kind of neat. They developed a weird... Yeah, I don't know. I think they made it in Godot, given that there's a PCK file, but Godot could do a lot of cool things, including this, I suppose. Featured high-speed action through 2 large stages and colorful graphics. There's not actually a lot about the game. It's just very intriguing how they're doing the music, so I figured I'd look at and see what they have together. So when I start, the music kicks up. That's pretty cool. So interact, move, double tap to dash, jump and shoot, and switch music, and quit. So, Milenay. High-speed action. So, one thing off the bat is, I guess I have to hit start. Okay, yeah. So, I think I saw some images, and yeah, it's a furry game, too. We play as some furry robot lady? Not sure.
Wasn't expecting
Infinite. Big ears.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all.
So, we listen for a second. I can switch the music. Here's our current song. And if I switch it, same song, but now it's chiptuning. Still not quite Game Boy Color, though. I think the Game Boy Color soundtrack is a third soundtrack entirely. So the EXE has 2 different soundtracks. One's is higher quality and one's more chiptuny. And then there's also the Game Boy Color soundtrack, which is 8-bit. So there's 3 soundtracks to this game. Which seems like a little excessive, but, that's fine.
Yeah, the other version, the second version sounds more like Super Nintendo or something.
Yeah. I think I'm supposed to pick those up, but it doesn't really let me. Let's see, can I, run?
They might be able to get that on, a GBA. Maybe
Oh yeah,
not
double double tap
Oh.
dash.
Select just quits you back to title screen. Oh yeah, dash, right. So don't hit select unless you want to quit the whole game without any warning. Got it. You can also switch the music here too. I think I kind of like the chiptune better. Feels punchier. And you're right, it sounds like Super Nintendo. Oh, did I go over my head? I think I have a weirdly generous hitbox. By the way, it looks like they drop power-ups, but you gotta, like, literally run over instantly to catch them. Oh wait, they're not power-ups, okay. They are power-ups? Maybe they just restore some of your energy, but I think you might have to press up to get them. What am I shooting? Is this a trumpet? Kinda looks like it. I guess I'm full of energy, so I can't collect them. Alright. The dash is really awkward. It's not like Mega Man X where you can dash and then jump. You have to dash and then you can't jump. You can dash in the air, though. So you can't dash jump, but you can jump and dash. So I guess that's how you're supposed to do it. Feels weird. I expect Mega Man X controls, but that's not how it works. And you might think to yourself, well, Mega Man X was a Super Nintendo game. That, you know, this is a Game Boy Color game, so that's a little silly to expect that. Exhibit A, Mega Man Extreme 1 and 2. Literally, Mega Man X games on the Game Boy Color, and they worked fine. So... What's that little guy doing? He's just barely doing anything. Okay.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy. Hey, bye. Such a little guy that I could just ignore. Okay, let's kill it. It's the only thing up here. Good, I managed a hard jump and I got nothing. Let's listen to the other soundtrack again. Let's switch back and forth a little. Ooh. I do like how jungly this version is.
Oh.
Am I going down? I guess down safe. It kind of feels like they put a ton of work into music, but the rest of the game is still early. That's what it feels like. It's not bad early, it's just notably different from the soundtrack. Like, I expect, like, higher detail graphics or something. Okay, that guy started messing me up because I had no room.
I see you recover health gradually.
Oh, I do? That's good. Maybe it uses my energy for that. Interesting. That's it. That's Milenay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That just literally came out of nowhere. Also, it's sprite is barely existing. But can I just... Let me buy. Alright, so anyways, So...
What is this missing no ball?
I win. Well, that one is really getting hit. So you're supposed to go faster, but I'm good. Air dash. Air dash just lets you do things. Also, the screen is so far forward because of the boulder. It's trying to show you the boulder, but oh no, it came back. Yeah, anyways, it tried to do a second ambush, like, you think you saw the last of me? Oh shoot, you did.
It looks like some sort of cookie.
Cookie. Evil cookie.
Yes.
It's
Oh no, it's back!
No ball.
Anyways, it does look like an oatmeal cookie.
Yeah, it reminds me of like those, like when you go to Pokemon Emerald on that volcano area and you bite some of those cookies.
Oh, I love the cookies.
Like lava cookies, yes.
Lava cookies. Just appreciate the music. This song kind of makes me think of Mega Man Zero. The chiptune is almost using Game Boy Advance stuff. Almost. At times. Though I guess Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo, they're kind of similar actually, sometimes. Okay, switching it. Oh, that is in a completely different atmosphere. Wait. Okay. I was just observing something weird about the animation of that thing. Hello. Don't trust Trindrils.
Liking the music.
Yeah, definitely a lot of work put in the music. The gameplay seems a little more simple. I mean, I know it's a Game Boy Color game, so it can't be super complex, but yeah. What was that, Crimson?
Oh, the music slaps.
Yeah, it's a real solid soundtrack. And, well, soundtracks, I should say. But this is another game. This really is another game where a developer... So, who's this character? What are they? What are they doing? What's the story? Where are they at? What are they fighting for? Why did you do this technical stuff with the music? What was the goal there? Is there some... Does music play into the story somehow, maybe? There's a whole bunch of questions I have, and of course they're not answering.
Are they supposed to look like a stick figure?
They're not answered because you didn't read the back of the box.
There's no... There's no box! There's no box stone!
Well, you shouldn't have bought it for used.
So sorry, I was a little mistaken before I started playing this. I was like, it's a Game Boy Color game that streams better audio. That's not technically true. It is a special EXE that is directly emulating an actual Game Boy Color ROM and then inputting music atop of it, which is still pretty cool. That's still a pretty technically interesting thing. Alright? Okay.
Why did it end?
Yes. I guess.
That's the end of them.
So, you notice, by the way, I definitely can tell it's unfinished because look at this very first area. Look at the background. It looks nice, doesn't it?
Compared to the background of the next areas.
Yeah, and then every other area just has like these really basic backgrounds, so...
Yeah, I don't think this is high-speed action either.
Also, yeah, what... They even have that as a subtitle, but I just don't agree. That's why I was so confused, like, why can't I... Like, if I could round dash and jump and then keep the momentum, then yeah, we could keep this high-speed action. I could just string jumps along and go really fast, but I can't do that with this control, so... It's kind of weird. Not very high speed at all. But, neat little idea. It kind of feels like they... I wonder if they made the whole soundtrack before they worked on the game. Let me actually... Here, let me pop something open for you guys. So this is just a PDF of the Sage page, so I gotta go get a real capture if we want to investigate the other thing, but give me a second. We are going to investigate the other thing. Here. There's the link for it. Okay. So if we go to the actual live page, we can go down and so we can actually see, so there's I believe this is a third soundtrack, the Game Boy Color soundtrack. Or maybe it's just the actual soundtrack, okay. Kind of awkward because they say Milenay GBC soundtrack, so I expected that to be the GBC ROM version. So it looks like if I want to check out the GBC soundtrack, I would actually need the... Okay, yeah, that's fine. I actually have that, so hold on a second. At least I thought I did. I guess I don't have it. Alright, I'll go get it then. It's a Game Boy Color ROM. Well, it takes a second. Okay. Like, is Milenay the name of the character? Like, come on. These Sage developers provide almost no information on their game pages, even when they have a really interesting game. Such an odd decision. Game made by Mar W. That's all I know. I click the credits button. Okay. So here's the Game Boy Color version. We'll check that out, too. And compare. Give me a second to capture the BGB. Is what I would say if it... Oh, okay, never mind. XSplit decided to wake up and do an auto capture. Thank you, XSplit. So if we restart, you can see some immediate differences. Or can we? Actually, graphically it should be the same, right? Should just be the sound. Oh, and it started up immediately in this too. So yeah, now we have a different soundtrack. I'm just checking the movement. Okay, one thing to notice. Look at this. If you do a ground dash and then you keep holding forward, you do actually have more speed. So now I can do high speed action if I don't fight the enemies because they have too many hit points. if I try to hit them, if I try to take them out, I would just I'd slow down because they have too many hit points. So. Yeah, I can make this high speed action, I guess, if I just skip everything. Yeah, kind of. I feel like a high speed action game. If you literally have to skip the enemies to actually go fast, then I don't think it's a high speed action game. You know, because that's like playing a specific way to speedrun, which is different. Yeah, we can just do a quick best of the soundtrack. I feel like since your health regenerates and you do have a few hits you can take, I feel like you can more or less just tank things. Oh, I like the boulder music.
Nice.
That's pretty punchy. The other songs we were listening to for this version were kind of just whatever, but this is pretty punchy. I don't think the spikes are even hurting me. Oh, they're there. Maybe they drain your energy first. Yeah, again, the soundtrack is very good.
I'm a huge fan of chiptunes, so I'm happy.
Yeah, it's really good.
The Game Boy Color can make some real good music, actually.
Yeah.
If you tried. If you know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Stink every hit.
I was having leg frames as well.
Yeah.
Because BGB is a fairly accurate emulator, so if something would lag on an actual system, it probably would lag on BGB. Which is actually probably correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how you like
it was.
I was like, well, I'm just gonna end the song if I go immediately, so.
I love how you got away like from the enemies also, the leg went away, yeah.
Yeah, well that's because enemies will add like on Game Boy Color every single moving sprite. But yeah, it's a good solid song. But yeah, that's it. You know what this game makes me feel? This feels like a person who was a musician wanted to make a game. So they made a bunch, they literally made 3 soundtracks for every song in the game because they had this interesting idea. And clearly they have some technical knowledge because they made a Godot game that natively is running the Game Boy Color ROM inside of it and then injecting higher quality music over it. That means that they have some coding abilities, to put it very simply. They got some development chops. But when we actually play the game, there isn't much here. So it feels like, currently at least, I don't know what their final vision is, and they clearly have some developmental skills, so they could go anywhere with this. But as of currently, it feels more like they spent way more time on the soundtrack to the game than the game. It's okay. It feels alright, I guess. I really feel like I should be able to dash and then do a fast jump, but I guess technically I can dash on the ground, wait a second, and then just jump while going fast. So that works too, I guess. Wonderful said, Toby Fox was a musician that made a game. That went pretty well. Honestly, I think if you're a musician and you do a decent job with your music, you already got an idea of how to put soul into a project, so that's a good start for being a game dev too.
It needs creativity.
Yeah, let me switch back to the exe form again. There is a README file, but it gives even less information than the Sage page. Here's what it says. This Mar W person really doesn't like to actually talk about their game. Just basic credits.
I know the feeling.
Well, I wish they would talk a little bit more. I'd love to learn more about this. So if the dev watches the video, I will just general dev call out here. What are you doing here? I'm curious. Where's this project going? What do you have planned in the future? I think personally. Oh, also another nice little touch is I like the title screen. Wait, was the title screen 3D in the Game Boy Color version?
Nope.
I was gonna say because you technically could do that animation in a Game Boy Color if you knew what you were doing. But
yeah, you can. There's I forget there was a game that did something like that.
And also the Game Boy, yeah, there are actual 3D Game Boy Color games. They're very simple, but they do exist. Heck, there was at least one on the Game Boy original too. 3D, that one 3D maze game with the smiley faces. But yeah, I think this game is cool, but I don't know where it's going. I'll have to keep an eye on this one. I think this is probably one where if it pops up in Sage again, I'll take a look and see if it has anything new going on. Because the current build here, it feels pretty anemic, I guess is the word I'd use. Like, there's as much really to play here, and it feels like the proper way of playing if you want to go fast is literally just don't interact with the enemies, which just face take them, which doesn't feel very satisfying gameplay wise. But there's something here. There's some potential here, and I'm curious where they're going with the character design and the world and stuff. So, but yeah, go ahead. What do you guys think?
I
think this is pretty nifty. As a musician myself, as a musician myself, I can also say that, well, you being able to do good music means you know how to structure things, how to order things, and that's a lot of what programming is. But definitely want to see more of this. I want to hear more of this soundtrack. So I'm looking forward to more of this too.
Yeah, I'm being a musician teaches you some discipline, which can be taken into things like development of games and stuff too. But yeah, Crips and Christovs, you were really enjoying the soundtrack, so.
Yeah, I like good soundtrack in games.
Good chiptune stuff too. But yeah. And Christovs, did you have any other thoughts?
Nah,
that's fair.
He's pretty much summed it up, yeah.
I will. Oh, I just recognized it in the game folder. So with the exe is a little file, and I think I understand how they're emulating a Game Boy Color within the exe of Godot. Looks like there's a plugin here, Godot.Boy.Windows.exe664DLL. So there's a little plugin they have, which is called Godot Boy. I'm pretty sure that's what causes a Game Boy game to be running Godot. So that's how they make a Godot Game Boy emulator, or well, it's part of it at least.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty neat. Like I said, gameplay-wise, wasn't that exciting, but given what I'm seeing here, I'm intrigued. The music itself tells me a lot. Just the level of dedication to the soundtracks that exist. 3 different soundtracks, after all, even for this little short thing. So I feel like if you're going to make 3 soundtracks for a short little demo like this, that means that you have bigger plans for the game, probably, right? You probably have some bigger plans. So I'm curious to see where this game develops in the future, and I will keep an eye out and see how that goes. But that was Milenay, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
Peppa.
See ya.